To Be Hero X Episode 3 was phenomenal. There was an outstanding story that was well developed in just a 20-minute episode. Everything from the antagonist to the hero to the other hero that we were dealing with were all exceptionally well done. So let's talk about it. Episode 3 was in regards to Firm Man, a hero who became who he was as he was a firefighter, who became who he was by holding a boulder to save a little girl for hours until help arrived. He became Firm Man, the man who always stood firm, never bowing down, always standing up for others. But there's a negative to that. You have to be able to bend down. You have to be able to accept graciously. You have to be kind. Those all take bending. But Firm Man couldn't do that. He was the man who always stood firm. And then we come to realize that the actual villain of the episode, Wolf Girl, was no villain at all. It was originally the girl that Firm Man had saved, and she realized that the burden that was being placed on him by being Firm Man was taking away more than it was giving to him, because he was no longer able to be himself. He was no longer able to be the kind man who he was. He was now stuck to be a machine, a man who always stood firm. But now she gave him the ability to be himself again, because she was going to break and tear down the legend of Firm Man so that he could just be who he was. And that's exactly what she did. In doing so, she also gave Nice the opportunity to climb past to Firm Man's rating so that he was now the higher ranked hero, which is good for him. But it also means the ability for Firm Man to stand down. It was the ability for him to rest. In his words, it was the ability to lie down. And I'm sure he's really looking forward to it. This episode was just really, really well done. All the way from the animation, which has just been amazing the entire season so far, to the storyline. Everything from Firm Man's backstory to the girl was all really, really well done. It felt like just within 20 episodes, they had shown what many anime failed to do in 6 episodes or even a season. It was a well done, coherent story put together, animated really well, with an all-together plot that tied in. Really, really well done, and I can't believe how well To Be Hero X is going so far. I always expected it was going to do pretty well. I'm a huge fan of the animation style, so I'm raving a little bit about it. I do apologize. They have done just such a good job throughout this season. Everything, the story, the animation, the art style, I'm loving all of it. I'm curious how you guys are feeling about it, and if you're interested, let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you so much, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.